Hello everybody. This is really exciting, isn't it? I am so nervous, like really nervous. I've got butterflies, and I know everyone working behind the scenes at CraftStash and CraftWorld are really nervous as well. We've all been wishing each other luck today. So welcome to CraftWorld. Welcome to the very first live from my craft room, my living room. You're all welcome, and I can't believe this is happening. I'm going to say hello to a few of you first of all. Now, I've got some of you commenting. If you'd like to comment, if you'd like to join in with us, if you scroll down just underneath this video on the live here, there's an element that says you can join with Facebook, join with Vimeo, or you can chat as a guest. So you don't have to sign up to either of those if you don't have Facebook already. That may be why you're here. Maybe you've not joined us before on Facebook, so welcome. Hopefully there's lots of treats for you. By all means, tap that chat as a guest. You do just need to pop a name in so we know who's commenting. It can be any name. Use your nickname if you want to, but please do join us and comment, because if you are commenting, there's some massive prizes today. Okay, celebrating our launch on CraftWorld, we have got huge giveaways. So we are giving away 2 full collections of the brand new paper Discovery, which I'll show you in a little while. We're also going to be giving away a £200 CraftStash voucher to somebody. You can spend that on what you like. So listen for that at the end of the hour. Fingers crossed everything runs really smoothly and we'll keep going for the whole hour. So I'm going to say hello to some people. So let's see. We have got, oh, please let me know as well, because this is all brand new. Can you see me okay, and can you hear me okay? They're probably the most important things at the moment. We do have a lovely video from Olga as well. Fifi Stamper, hello, thank you. You were commenting well before the hour. You were definitely waiting. Karen, USA, so I assume you're in the USA. That's really exciting, across the water. Obviously, we've got CraftWorld and we've got CraftStash commenting on there as well. Sally Ann from Denmark. Wow, we've got more people from across the water than we have in the UK, I think. Sharon Elaine Jones, Helen Griffin. Hello, Helen. Everybody knows Helen, so thank you for joining us. Leslie, Emma, Reef, hello. Many of you will have spoken to Reef. She helps us out with part of sort of the admin and everything on CraftWorld. Valerie, Amanda, Handmade by Emma, Julia, Natalie, Lauren, Laura, another Elaine, another Leslie. I think I've already spoken to Leslie. There's so many of you. I'm so excited that you found us coming over from Facebook over to CraftWorld. This is where we will be every Friday, our very own platform. Are you brand new here, or have you been here since the beginning? How are you finding it? We want to know. We love your feedback. Of course, when you finish watching this video, stick around, have a look at the inspiration gallery, have a browse through the forums, look at the challenges, the competitions, the offers, because a lot of this you will not find anywhere else. Okay, you can't pop over to our Facebook page and find it there, or our Instagram page. Right, so let's have a look now. Today is all about, of course it's about CraftWorld, but it's also about paper discovery. Let's have a little look just down here on my desk and see what we've got. So I'll move my phone out the way where I'm actually watching the stream at the same time so I can see your messages come through. There's so many of you, I'm so excited. So paper discovery, did you see it launched just recently? It's a beautiful collection called Quintessential Conservatory. How many times can I say quintessential correctly through the hour? Because it's probably not going to be right every time. I keep getting it wrong. It's one of those words. So, of course, designed by the beautiful Olga Direktorenko. Now, Olga is hopefully going to be also joining us on the comments. Look out for her there. I did chat with her this morning. She said she'd be here, so fingers crossed she can find us okay. Ask her questions, but this is absolutely stunning. How would you like to win this entire collection? 2 of you are going to win all of this. Okay, isn't it beautiful? I'll go through it in detail in a moment. Share with your friends. Make sure you're copying this link to all your friends who are crafty, maybe those who are not as well. Make sure that you are tagging people, letting people know that you're here as well, and letting us know you're here by commenting, because just by commenting, just by being here and letting us know you're here, you are automatically in with a chance of winning. I'm going to quickly say hello to a few more people. I don't usually get time to do this. So Terry, Sharon, Susie Chocolate, I love your name. I love chocolate, so I love your name. Sally Ann F, we've got Helen and Helen with an E. I never know whether I'm saying that right or there's a different way of saying it. Please let me know. V, Natalie Lewis, Sharon Dunn. I think there was a Mrs. Stationery there. Michaela, there's so many of you. So thank you so much. Let's have a look at these in detail now, because you're going to have the chance to win these. There's also some fantastic deals on these as well. Now, if you're looking at these thinking, I can't wait to see whether I've won, I need to go and buy some now. Over at CraftStash, if you're spending over £30 on these, any of these today, you're going to get the printed vellum pack for free. Okay, I didn't want to take all of these out. What I wanted to take out for you was these dies, this die in particular. This is the main conservatory die, so Quintessential Conservatory. This is what it's all about. But to me, this could be a beautiful house. It could be a cottage. It could be a garden room. It could be a cafe, which is actually part of my demonstration when I get to that. So there's so much you can do with this. It's a large 8x8. You're going to need your larger platforms, platform die cutting machines. So if you don't have one at the moment, definitely have a look at investing in one of these, because so many of our brands are bringing out the larger dies now. Over at CraftStash, we've got some amazing deals on the die cutting machines. This will cut out into it as well. I'll show you all of that. Both me and Olga actually, what's the word? I can't think. I've lost my words. I'm so excited today. I'll think of that in a minute. But we've got side panels as well. So we are building up boxes. Do you know what? I think this is going to be easier. I'm going to show you what you can make with this. Okay, here's one that I've made recently. Okay, you can make this. And do you know the beauty of it? You can lay it all flat if you want to. I don't want to. I've just spent loads of time popping it up. But you can lay it flat, pop it into a large envelope. Isn't that just so much fun? Let's have a look at another one. Now this one, unfortunately, I made this earlier this week. Unfortunately, one of my children have spilt some water onto it. So I'm hoping you can't tell too much. I've got a little bit of warping here and the vellum's a little bit crinkled. But please, I don't suggest spilling drinks on your craft projects. I was a little bit upset, but I've got an LED light here, so I can light that up. So the little lights, if I just turn this over, can you see them? They're attached to this front panel. Okay, so little LED lights there. Now, not only this, you can also use the other elements in this die set to create beautiful, beautiful cards. So I'll put that set away. I'm going to use that for when it comes around to my demonstration. We'll see Olga's first. So then we have the elements included in this collection to actually decorate the boxes or the cards. I'll show you a couple of flat cards in a moment with these as well. So they don't have to be the three-dimensional boxes that you're making all the time. But you can see here we have the panel that goes across the perfect width to fit that conservatory die. And you've got all of these beautiful dancers. You've got the wedding couple as well, really romantic. Ballroom dancing there. We've got the musicians, ballet dancers. We've got somebody proposing as well. So absolutely stunning. Now, again, these dies, I wanted to take just one or two out just to show you the size of them. Who have I got here? Oh, there we go. So can you see the size between the image on the front and the actual die? Now, these are silhouettes. They don't have the detail in them. They're made to be silhouettes, and they do look absolutely stunning. They are the silhouettes that I used when I did this ballroom one. You see, just in black. You don't need the detail and the colour, do you? So then we also have, this is the interior panels die set. So this is like your cafe scene. You've also got the beautiful greenery there. I have put the greenery, actually. You can see that at the top there, just inside. So I'm going to be using that in my demonstration as well. The chandelier, the table and chairs, the waiter too. I like to use him as a silhouette in the background. I don't want him to be the focus, but I usually pop him in the background. That's actually another bit of a sneak peek towards my demonstration. Then we have the outside additions here as well, the beautiful topiary. You've got the birdhouse there as well, the pot with the flowers in, and that panel too. Can you notice as well, if you're getting all of these die sets as a collection, you're actually going to get different widths of panels with them. So you're not always getting the same ones. So you're not repeating the dies. Now, if you're loving this, but you also love some of Olga's previous collections, there is 25% off of all of Olga's past collections over at CraftStash at the moment. So make sure you check that out as well. So here we then have our plant additions die set. Now this is gorgeous. So we've got all the, obviously all the plants in there. We've got the beautiful trailing ivy. I love this. Build up a conservatory, build up a florist shop, maybe something like that. That is gorgeous. Now these are amazing. I'm going to bring another card in here. Look at the size of this. If I just bring you the packet for that, that happy birthday is this size. Can you see that? Isn't that stunning? I love it. And in fact, actually, so there's the one die in there, the happy birthday. We've got time to celebrate, which I used on my ballroom one or my wedding scene. I've actually snipped away the time too and just used the word celebrate there. It fits perfectly. They work so well with these conservatories, with the main die set. And then we also have Friends Forever. And again, it's such a large die, as you can see there. Huge. So 2 of you are going to be winning these full collections, and there's still a lot more to go. If you did catch, actually, the Facebook post earlier this week, we did have a competition. So one of you is actually going to win a selection of these. Okay, that is worth, I think it was £117.91 to be exact. One of you, if you've been on Facebook today, you may well win. I will announce that at the end as well. So then we have some stamps. You can see my stamps are very much used, very, very much loved. But I think these are beautiful. And these are actually what I used on my happy birthday card. As you can see, I stamped all the different plants. I think they work really well. So if you love your stamping, but also away from the conservatory look, these are fantastic for modern cards. My daughter's very much into all of her cactus, her succulents. We've got a cactus there. All of her plants. I think it's people are becoming more and more into them in their interiors at the moment rather than outside. So that's a brilliant set to have. And of course, you do have birthday wishes, congratulations, best of luck, with love, and on your birthday as well. So absolutely stunning. Then we move on to embossing folders, and we have 2 to choose from. So we have the gorgeous ivy. Now that's going to work so well with everything you've already seen here. And then we have the brickwork as well. I'm going to just come back to this one and show you. Can you see the brickwork in the background where I've actually embossed that? Isn't that lovely? So you can see you can emboss, actually you can emboss the front of these, you can emboss the backgrounds, any elements you wanted to. And then I need to take these out of the packet because these are the vellums. Now these are the vellums that you are going to, I believe you're going to be getting these as a freebie if you spend over £30. They are beautiful. Now we've got different designs here. So we've got the ivy. Now the thing with Olga's vellums, they're always a really good quality. If you've had any of them before, they're really, really thick. You've got that translucency that you'd expect from a vellum, but then, you know, showing the glue through and things, not an issue. They just work so well. And as well with these, you can tear them and you'll get that beautiful white edge. Oh, it's so smooth. Can you see the white edge there? I get the focus on the camera there, look. So really, really pretty. So you can emboss these and things. So we've got chandeliers there as well. We've got curtains. How well would they work with this die set? Make like a theatre scene or make it into a front room or something like that. That would be gorgeous. And then we've got the beautiful windows as well. Now, of course, these are perfectly coordinating with the dies in that main set. These are repeated throughout the pack as well. So they're all 8x8, so perfect for making your larger cards. So pop those to the side because I've got a couple of things to just explain to you as well. So now we did say, and we are sending our apologies, but it's really exciting. We did say we're announcing the design team winner today on this live, but unfortunately we have had so many entries that we haven't even been able to get through them all yet. We are trying. I mean, people were up late last night and everything, but there's been so many, and we want to give everyone a fair chance. We want to review everyone's entry properly. So we are going to actually extend that date. So you can now still enter until Monday, which is great. If you didn't get a chance to enter, you've got the weekend now. So make sure you pop over to CraftWorld, pop over to the inspiration section, find the blog post and find out how to enter there. Sorry, that's CraftStash on the inspiration section. And then I'm going to be announcing that. I think I might be announcing it next Friday, but fingers crossed. But there's been so many. So thank you. I'm so glad so many of you are interested and and excited about wanting to be on our design team. It is a big decision. We know it's going to be sort of something very exciting for you. We don't want to jump in and just accept the first person that comes along. So they're reviewing everyone. Maybe there'll be more than one person. Who knows? So absolutely get your entries in if you haven't done that already. Now, would you like to see a fantastic demonstration using these products? So we've got the beautiful Olga. She has got her new products and she has done us a video exclusively for CraftWorld Live. So let's have a look at this, and I'll be back in a little while with my own demonstration as well.
Hi friends, I'm so happy to announce that my new collection of products, the Quintessential Conservatory, is now available at CraftStash. In this tutorial, I'm going to demonstrate how you can use the largest die set and how you can complement it with other products from the collection. We are going to create a display box for small collectible items, so let's get started. Here is the largest and the main die set from the collection, called the Quintessential Conservatory Die Set. Here is how it fits onto an A4 magnetic sheet. It includes 16 dies and the largest one is 8 by 8 inches, so you will need a large die cutting machine. With this die set, you can create a shape of the building, a conservatory, and you can change its appearance by mixing and matching the dies. I'm going for a neutral palette this time, so I'm going to use some white cardstock plus 2 shades of gray. To begin with, I'm going to die cut the largest panel out of the light gray color, and this is how it fits onto the A4 sheet of cardstock. I'm using my platinum die cutting machine. The plates are 8.5 inches wide, so I'm building up the die cutting sandwich and I'm sanding it through the machine. So here we have the building shape with the glass roof and the swirly pattern that is cut into the panel. And by the way, you can use the swirl cutouts on various projects. Now let's make this gray background a little bit more fun by adding some texture. I'm gonna be using this embossing folder with the brick pattern that is also the part of the new collection. This is A5 size, which is roughly 8.25 inches by 6.75. I'm placing the panel inside like this and I'm sending it through my die cutting machine. This pattern is totally expandable, so I'm going to place my panel inside the folder one more time like this, and I'm going to send it through my platinum again. So this is how the panel looks like at the moment, and now let's go ahead and add some windows and doors to it. The windows and doors are the part of the set and they have the plain outline as well as decorative insert. So I've die cut the outlines only out of the darker gray cardstock, and then I combined the outline die with the insert to die cut those shapes out of white. Then I'm going to stick down the white decorated shapes onto plain backgrounds using the liquid glue. This larger shape, which is the door, also has the scoring lines that are created by the die. So I'm bending the doors outwards slightly, and then I'm applying the glue onto the outlines only, and I'm sticking it down. Then I'm also going to stick down both window images onto the backgrounds. Next, I'll be attaching the windows and doors onto the background using the foam tape. I'm lining up the door with the bottom of the building, and as for the windows, you can either line them up with the bottom or with the top of the door or place them in the middle. You'll get a slightly different look each time. I have combined the largest die with a smaller outline to create an open frame out of white cardstock, and this is going to be the front panel of my box. I have also die cut this chandelier and a small chain out of silver mirror cardstock, and this die is a part of Interior Panels die set from the same collection. I'm going to stick down the chain and the chandelier onto that open frame right in the center. This chandelier can work on its own, but it's also great for adding embellishments like gemstones or pearls. In this case, I'm going to stick down some half pearls of different sizes, and I'm using some liquid glue as well as the pickup pencil. The pearls are very lightweight, they are not going to deform the intricate die cut, but they are going to create a lot of texture. Next, I'm going to decorate the front panel with some potted plants, and I'm going to use some dies from Plant Editions die set, also from this release. I've die cut the plants out of green pattern paper as well as out of white cardstock. Then I'm going to take the green die cuts and I'm going to trim off the pots from the plants. Then with a brown marker I'm going to color the soil area on white die cuts, and this way I'm going to make them look a bit more realistic. And then I'm going to stick down the green leaves onto the white base. By the way, I decided to go with the paper piecing, but those dies are also great for coloring. So if you enjoy coloring, you can use various shades of green to color the leaves. You can also add blues and yellows. A lot of possibilities here. I'm going to repeat this process for all 3 potted plants that I have chosen from the set, and then I'm going to attach them onto the frame. So now I'm using the liquid glue to stick down those potted plants on both sides of my frame, and you can either stick them right in front of the frame or tuck them behind. I'm combining the 2 versions. I'm not adding any more elements in the center because I want those plants to frame whatever is inside the box and not block the view. Now let's go ahead and assemble the box. It's very easy to do. You just have to die cut these 2 shapes, which are the sides of the box. They have thin tabs on both sides, and I have applied 1/8 of an inch double-sided tape onto them. There are also creasing lines that are created by the die, so they are very easy to fold. I'm peeling off the liner from the tab, and then I'm lining up the bottom of the box with the side, and then I'm sticking down the tab. I'm going to repeat the same process on the other side, and I'm making sure that the tab is behind the frame. I'm going to stick down the other tab onto the background of my box. And this way I'm going to connect the front and the back. Next, I'm going to stick down the last tab and my box is finished. It's a very simple shape, so I don't think you'll have any difficulties with putting it together. This box can be a great shape to build up a diorama. You just have to add more layers inside the box, and you can use the dies from the collection to do that. But this time I'm just going to use the box alone. I'm going to turn it into a display box for my favorite toys. They are Sylvanian Family's toys, or Calico Critters in the USA. You can also use this box for other collectibles like ceramic figurines, succulents, cacti, or pretty much anything that is the right size to fit inside the box. I also think that you can even sell it to stores because it is such a great way to attract maximum attention to whatever is in the box. By the way, this box can be folded completely flat and it fits inside an A4 envelope or a plastic folder. 8.5 by 11 will also work. If you are using this box for a season only, you can use the plastic folders or envelopes to store it away. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial and I hope I have given you some ideas on how you can use the dies from the new release. Thank you so much.
Isn't that absolutely beautiful? What did she say they were called in America? Was it something like calico critters or something? I've never ever heard that before, but that sounds fun. That was absolutely beautiful and just another way. So we often think of paper crafts being for cards, for scrapbooking and such. I think that's absolutely brilliant. And any little girl or boy who's got figurines, they would love that. Imagine building a whole town, a whole row of shops for somebody to play with, especially while a lot of the children are indoors more lately. That would be fantastic fun. Now, I do have my own demonstration, but I've actually been reading some of the comments that you've been putting whilst we were watching Olga there, because I get 10 minutes break, so I can sit and join in the comments. And I just want to reiterate a few things for you for those who maybe didn't catch the beginning. First of all, the design team announcement. So yes, I did, for those who missed it, I did announce with the design team, we have had a huge flurry of applications. We're all so grateful for everyone who's entered. So we are, rather than rushing to pick somebody to announce today, we're actually going to extend that deadline to next Monday. So if you're sort of humming and hawing on the fence about maybe entering, please do. We want to see your applications. We want to see the beautiful cards you can make. Please do apply. You now have until Monday, that's Bank Holiday Monday, to get your applications in. And anyone who's thinking, well, I'm not good enough, I don't have a YouTube channel, I don't have a blog or whatever, please just give us all the information you have. Essentially, you need to be able to make beautiful cards. That's what's it's about. That's what we want you to be able to do. We can help you with things like social media if that's what you need, but the main thing is you need to make beautiful cards, and I'm sure every single one of you can do that. So please do send your entries in, and you have until Monday now to do that. I think I may be announcing the winner next Friday. Also on there, some of you have noticed that your name's not showing up when you're commenting. Please don't worry, we can all see your names. That's why when you signed in to chat that you put a little name. Whatever you write in there will show up to us. You just don't see your own name. It's happening with me as well, but that is the way, because you know who you are. And with myself on my phone looking at it, my comments go to the right, everyone else's is on the left, so I can see where I've commented and everyone else's name is showing. So please don't worry about that. We are seeing who's commenting, so we know if you're going to be one of the winners, we know who you are, and we will call out that name that you've written in as well. Okay, so make sure you recognize what name you've used, if you've used an alias or something. So speaking of winners, we have actually 4 winners that I'm going to be announcing at the end of the hour. So one of these is from the Facebook post. You're going to be getting a fantastic selection of Paper Discovery, the brand new Quintessential Conservatory dies. Now, this will be chosen at the end of the hour. If you're wondering how you get to enter that each week, because every week we do a little sort of pre-competition, you need to be signed up to the Facebook page, and the details will go on there, usually Tuesday, Wednesday, something like that. So make sure you're over there on Facebook, signed up to the CraftStash Facebook page for that. Then from today's comments, these comments that you're putting in today, we are going to choose 2 of you to win an entire collection each, and that's everything I've shown you. And I will run through all the products again before the end of the hour after my demonstration. 2 of you are going to win that, so that's really exciting. We then have a 4th winner today. Okay, this is I can't believe this. When I saw it, I said, are you sure? So somebody, to celebrate the launch on CraftWorld, is going to win a £200 voucher to spend at CraftStash. How good is that? How exciting is that? So make sure you are commenting. It doesn't matter what you're commenting. We just need to see your comments coming through. Don't worry as well if you're watching but you haven't yet signed in to comment and you're wondering how to do that. You don't have to sign in with Facebook or with Vimeo. You can just join as a guest pop your name in and you're good to go and start chatting with us. Let us know you're here and you're in the hat to win. So how exciting is that? So let me just pop this camera down here and we are going to look at my demonstration now. And in fact, it's quite funny because Olga sent through her demonstration. I'd already planned mine and we've actually done something reasonably similar. So I think it's just the inspiration we get from these dies. Now, this collection it's all her new collection, Quintessential Conservatory. It is based around this conservatory image here, but you are also going to be able to create conservatories, as in what I would call a conservatory, like a green room, a plant conservatory, something like that. There's an awful lot that you can do. So maybe it's going to be a cafe, maybe it's going to be a florist, anything like this that you want to make. You can put the doors on the inside, on the outside. You can do 3 or 4 layers if you want to. It could be a house, it could be a cottage as well. But this, of course, as you saw from Olga's demonstration, this is not the true size. This is the true size. It's 8 by 8, this die. I've already cut 2 of them. I'm also going to be teaming my demonstration with one of the other die sets, and that's the interior panels die set as well, to create this sort of cafe look. Okay, so apparently I'm a little bit quiet, so I'm just going to turn me up just a little bit. Hopefully that improves it for some of you, because I understand Olga was a little bit louder than I am. So it's not usually the case. Olga's very quiet usually. She's lovely. So taking this die set, I have taken onto cream cardstock. Now I've already die cut everything, so you don't have to see me die cutting anything. That's time consuming. You just want to see the sticking and the decorating, I know. So I have die cut this twice. So once here, once here. That cuts you a solid panel, but it is beautiful. And I think this is just a really, really lovely border as well. So if you want to use that just as a card edge, you could actually cut this and then fold this over to create a stunning edge there, whichever way you want to do it. So that's that. And then, so on this piece, I've actually taken this die and cut out. So this is like my window into the front of mine's going to be a cafe or a restaurant. And on this panel, so I've got the 2, I'm actually using the cardstock I'm using is around about 250 GSM. If you use anything much lower than that, you're actually going to need to strengthen the walls of your building as such. If you're making a general card that's flat, say a 10-fold, in fact, I'm going to show you this one. I haven't shown you this yet. If you're making a card like this, using the elements like the doors and the windows, of course, you can use something a little bit lighter, okay, because you don't need that strength to hold itself. But I would say 250 to 300 GSM would be absolutely fine for this, for building these up. Now I have gone in with this die. And what this die does, as you probably saw with Olga's demonstration, it cuts out the doors, but it leaves the score line on the sides. It cuts all of these beautiful details, but it doesn't cut everything out. So it remains within your cardstock, so you can open and close these. Now, although you've got a score line there, you'll need to reinforce that with a bone folder. If you want it to open all the way back or stay open, you'll need to score that a little bit to strengthen it, or fold it, but it will have the score line there, so it'll be a nice neat fold for you. So that's that die. And then I've also cut in the windows as well. Now these windows are not identical, they are a reflection of each other. So if you want to do the same image, you'll need to do one of them twice. I like to have them again as a reflection like this. Okay, so I've done those. Now if you want these windows to be cut out of cardstock with a border, the border is included in the die set. And if I bring you back to this one, you can see there we've got the outline shape there, and that has actually been cut out and then cut with the border as well. And you can do that with the doors too. You can just cut the doors out. So there's so many options. This is such a versatile collection. Okay, so the next step, once I have got my back and my front panel, was to cut the side panels. Now these are cut using this die here. So you cut this twice, and I've used the same cardstock. Just have a think before you choose your cardstock. You are going to be able to see both sides of your card, one on the outside and one on the inside. So think about what colour you might want the walls inside of your room to be. Okay, so I've cut them from the same cardstock, which is double-sided, and then I've also cut the windows in these as well, just to make it more like a conservatory. And I could probably have actually fit in 2 windows there if I wanted. Now I'm very quickly going to run around the edges of these with some brown distress ink, just to give it a little bit of colour. Not a lot, just a touch. While I'm doing this, I can bring my phone in a little bit and I can just say hello to, we've got Catherine, we've got Sue, we've got, is that Breda, or did you mean to type Brenda? I'm not sure. Either way, hello, you've got the same surname as me, Collins. Christina, Danielle, we've got Scanny Wife. I'm assuming that's not your real name. I'm assuming that's a nickname. We've got Diane. We've got Lynn, Wakey L. I'm not sure who you are, but hello, thank you for joining us. It's our very first time on CraftWorld Live. We're all really, really excited and nervous, to be honest. The nerves last night, yesterday, we were testing everything, were at the highest I think they've ever been. It is all very stressful. I'm actually relieved. I'm so excited though. It's so much fun. And this is why we're doing amazing giveaways again. We do giveaways like this. If you've never joined us on Facebook, we do giveaways like this every single Friday at 1 o'clock. We have usually a brand new collection to show you. If we don't have a new collection, we do have something like my top 10 or my top 20 products that are coming soon, something like that. So there's always something fun and new to see. We always do offers. So today the offers are, if you're spending over £30 on this brand new collection of Olga's over at CraftStash, you're going to get some beautiful printed vellum for free. That's worth £7.99. And then we've also got 25% off of all of Olga's previous collections. And there are some stunning ones in there as well. So make sure you have a look at those. We also always have a deal of the day on CraftStash as well, actually. I haven't mentioned that yet. So today it's hot off the press cutting die set. So it's called To the Moon. If you have a look, it's beautiful. You're actually saving something about like £7.49 on that. It's down to £9.99. There's a deal of the day, a new deal of the day every single day. Please make sure you're joining us and having a look at that. And in fact, the best way to keep on top of all of these different deals and offers is to sign up to the email. So you get every morning, you'll just get a little email with all the new deals and offers. But also, while you're on CraftWorld, there is a section that talks about all the offers, all of the deals, all the competitions and the challenges as well. If you're new to CraftWorld, you've joined us for the live, we're really pleased to have you here, but please don't run off at the end. Please make sure you stick around for a little while. I'll be popping onto the forums because I want to chat with you all and find out how you found this live. We want your feedback. We want to make sure this is the best experience possible for you. But also have a look at that inspiration gallery. Why not have a little look and see what you might be doing this weekend? What are you going to be crafting? Has your mojo slowed down a little bit lately? You can have a look at the inspiration gallery, pick up some new ideas there. So there's so much over here that you can see. Now, shall I get back to the project? So I've been dabbing over the windows a little bit. I'm going for a bit of an almost a distressed sort of worn look with this, with the brown, dabbing over the windows all the detail because I don't want to damage any of that beautiful filigree there. And then I've also been going around the edges, and on the side panels I'm only going around the edges, on the tops and bottoms, on the inside. I'm not going to see the outside really, but if it's going to be a display, of course you may want to do the outside as well. Now putting this together, here we go. I'm so glad so many of you are joining us from our old home, our previous place over on Facebook. It's lovely to see that you've come over and joined us here. Let me see. So side panels, I've got double-sided tape. Now each of these side panels comes with a score line built into the die. So if you just give that a little fold, and I've already, as you can see, I've already put my double-sided tape on these. I'm using tape because for a demonstration this is much quicker for us. So you can see this come together without me holding glued things down for ages. But if you want to use a wet glue, absolutely fine. If you have red liner tape rather than the sort of paperback tape, no problem. Even hot glue. I will be using hot glue in a moment. Again, this is for speed. It's not always my preferred glue. It depends what I'm doing. I do have different preferences of adhesive for different projects. So just popping those side panels on there. Okay, now I've got some tape on these as well, and I'm just going to pop those on in a moment, but you see that will be sort of my finishing touch. Before I do that, as you can see by using a 250 GSM cardstock, this is already holding itself really well. Okay, so thank you. Elaine loves the brown and the cream contrast. Michaela prefers tape to glue. I do prefer tape to glue actually, very often, because it's so much quicker and less messy, isn't it? Now I've also cut here from, this is from the, which die set is it? I do have the name here, Interior Panels, that's the name of it. These ones are beautiful. Large dies again. You're going to need your large die cutting platform for these. I think it might just fit on an A5, but I've put tape on the edges on these scored parts again. Now one of them I'm going to put at the top. Just bear in mind if you're going to follow this tutorial here, because oh, by the way, any of you who joined late, you will be able to watch this back. Okay, so here on CraftWorld later on, the video you'll be able to watch once we finish the live, it will sort of I think it's called embed itself. I'm not very good with technical terms, but it will be there for you to watch back again if you want to. Okay, so I'm going to then just bring over with this other tab, bring the other side over. Now I'm just being wary of the fact that I want these doors to be open just a little bit. So I've not put this flat down onto the back. I've left it, I've raised it up a little bit just to there. So I've got enough room, hopefully you can see that, to open those doors. Now I am going to then do another panel. This panel has come from here. Let me show you. Now this is just acetate, but this strip here, like I say, with the different die sets, you do have different strips, different strip widths. So it may be that you actually prefer the width of the strip in one of the other die sets. You can mix and match, that's fine. They're all the same length. They'll all fit perfectly within this conservatory set. So let's see. Acetate here. If you're having any trouble cutting acetate, you could actually use plastic packaging as well. Find yourself a metal plate. It's often an accessory to a die cutting machine, but a metal plate, if you put that, what I think I'll actually do is show you the plate combination. If I can just find, here we go. So what you'll need is you'll need your die. I usually die cut facing upwards as well. So if I'm going through a manual machine, for example, my die will be on my plates facing upwards. Then your material, and in this case it's a sheet of acetate. Then if you bring in a metal shim, put that over the top. So what's going to be happening is you're cutting against that metal, okay? And then your usual cutting plate, your top plate, whatever it is on top. So all that's sandwiched. I don't usually alter my sandwich either. It needs a little more pressure if you're feeding it through a manual machine. But I usually find it's the extra pressure teamed with the metal going against metal and not against plastic will cut easily through your plastic. Okay, so that's how I do it. Okay, so I'm just going to pop this. I've done exactly the same. I've scored the edges, folded the edges using double-sided tape on there, and I'm going to pop this in. Now I've used clear because I've got windows here, and I thought if I accidentally put that in front of one of the windows, I don't want it showing. I'm going to put this just inside of this window, okay, and the same on the other side as well, just so it can't be seen. But by using clear as well, acetate, it does mean that you won't be able to see your workings. It's just a bit of fun, but you can make this so it's more like the floor. So with this one, I actually inked the panel across the bottom so that it tied in with the background, so it's sort of almost camouflaged. With this one here, I'll put the lights on in this in a minute as well. It's a wood grain effect paper. I don't know if you can just see that. The Celebrate's sort of almost hiding it. Shall I just do my lights again for those who missed the beginning? I've got little LED lights in there too. I love that. I'm really excited about that. Oh, and look, it all folds flat. So if you want to pop it into a large envelope, which would be an A4 envelope, you can absolutely do that with these. So let me see, fold flat. So I've got those there. The next stage for me, and this is why I've brought in my hot glue, is the accessories. Now the accessories are here. So last chance just to get your comments in, everyone, because we're going to be soon choosing our winners. Don't forget you can win the whole collection that we're showing you, the Quintessential Conservatory collection. 2 of you will win that, and someone's going to win a £200 voucher, so make sure you're getting those comments in. Now I have gone ahead and I have already cut these out as well. There's 2 of the chairs. These come in with that interior set. So these are like cafe chairs. Now, I wonder if you can see, if I hold it up to the light, can you see the embossing detail on there? I hope you can, because these are not only dies that cut. I'm going to have to grab one of these for you to show you, because I think this is absolutely fantastic. So let's show you one of these. Many of Olga's dies also emboss detail. So can you see there, hopefully? We've got the cutting edge of the chair, which will cut that shape out. But when you run it through with a rubber mat, you'll get some extra detail embossed into it. Now, the way I like to do it is I actually put this onto my cardstock. Shall I show you with the rubber mat as well? I'm just thinking for those who don't often do this. So die against your cardstock, and you'll need to put this onto a rubber mat, so it will be like so. So your die is pressing into the rubber mat. So what's happening is, rather than hitting a hard surface, all those cutting edges are just going to hit the rubber mat and bend the cardstock rather than cut against it. So I'd emboss it through your machine like that. Very often, to use a rubber mat like this, you'll need to take a shim out of your machine though. And then as a second stage, die cut it afterwards in the normal way, and that will give you this effect. I would also suggest taping it down to your cardstock if you're going to do that, because that will hold it still for you. So that's an extra element to Olga's beautiful dies, is the embossing element. So to glue these on, I'm going to use a tiny bit of hot glue. This is just because speed. I would use like a wet glue and just sit and allow it to dry, but also I'm going on to acetate, which can take a little while longer to dry than paper to paper will. So just a tiny bit of glue here, wet glue, or sorry, hot glue, just on the table legs. I'm trying to use it as sparingly as possible. I don't need much at all. I'm still shaking. I'm that excited about today. I think it's the excitement, the nerves, everything. I'm actually shaking. I then have the little table. Now I've purposely die cut the table in a darker colour. So I'm going to do the same again, but I can actually afford to put some glue across this bar of the table here. That's still going to be on the acetate there. So by having it a slightly different shade to the chairs, it really stands out. And then I've got my ice bucket of champagne. I think we're definitely going to be having that to celebrate our CraftWorld launch, our CraftWorld live launch. I'm going to pop that on the table. Now, of course, with that, you need some champagne flutes, which I have here. Now, these I've just cut from white cardstock, and then I've used my chameleon pens just to colour them in. So my alcohol pens, and the same with the ice bucket and the bottle as well. So winners coming up very shortly, everyone. I think we're almost at the point of having our winners' names ready. So I'll be announcing those as soon as I've finished this card. So stay tuned for that. It's very, very exciting. Right, so I've chosen another one of these greenery borders, I like to call them, double-sided tape, and I'm going to put this much closer to the front here, and the same on the back. Can you see that dimension really being built up? This actually reminds me, I went to St. Lucia for my honeymoon, and it reminds me of some of the open air cafes. They were just really a ceiling and walls, but the front was open, and they were just absolutely beautiful to sit in on the beach and look at everything going on around. And then we're just going to put the front on there as well. I haven't forgotten my waiter. He goes in last. So just peeling the tape off of here. Now Olga did this in a different way. She put hers together laid down flat. Of course, you will find your own way. You will find which suits you best. I've just taken the tape off there, so I'm going to put my arm underneath to make sure it doesn't stick to that side before I want it to. In fact, my arm's just stuck to it instead, which is fine. I can peel my arm off, not a problem. So don't forget, so the deal of the day is hot off the press. It's a cutting die that's to the moon, and that's now down to $9.99 over on CraftStash.co.uk. We've got the Quintessential Conservatory. If you're spending over £30 on this, which actually isn't that much, is it? You're going to get some beautiful printed vellum. That pack is worth almost £8, $7.99. And then there's also 25% off all of the old collections that Olga does. Now, in addition to these, I'll just pop my waiter in here as well while I'm talking. In addition to these, we have some other deals that I noticed earlier. There is 10% off all cardstock at the moment on CraftStash. So make sure you have a look at that. If you need to stock up, I know many of us have been crafting more than usual lately. So if you do need to stock up, 10% off at the moment, and also 10% off Deflecto. Now, if you've seen some of the Deflecto storage, it's beautiful and it's so practical. It's amazing. So 10% off that as well at the moment. So I'm just going to stand my weight. Now he is smaller in scale, and this is brilliant because it just means that he does look like he's really in the background. So popping him there, and as I turn this around, we can just see the silhouette of the waiter in the background. Now that is a cafe that I would, or a restaurant that I would absolutely love to go to. I would sit there and drink that champagne all evening long if I could. Okay, so hopefully you've enjoyed these demonstrations from myself and from Olga. Time to come back. So I hope you've enjoyed all that. It's been absolutely amazing. We've managed to stay live for an hour without too many hiccups. Please do, I'm going to go onto the forum in a moment once I've announced these winners. Once we've signed off, actually, I'll go over to the forum and have a chat with everybody. So please make sure you come over there. Join some groups as well. There'll be groups for things that you absolutely love. You'll find like-minded crafters on there. If you haven't actually signed up to CraftWorld, because this is a public video, please do take 2 seconds just to sign up. It only requires your email address and a password, of course, to keep your account protected. It doesn't cost you anything at all, and you can dip in and out whenever you need inspiration. If you want to ask a crafty question, in fact, over in the forum at the minute, in the Craft SOS forum, there is a section there where you can ask me anything. So there was somebody today asked me how they could improve a particular card they'd made for a special occasion, and I put my 2 pence worth in. You don't have to take the advice, but there might be things that you want to know about inking, about embossing, about die cutting, stamping, whatever it may be, something that's been confusing you or worrying you or bugging you for a while. Please come over and ask in there as well. I'd love to see you. So now I have the winners on my phone. Are we excited? Because I'm still giddy. So from the Facebook post earlier this week, we have the winner. Now, this winner is going to win a selection of these beautiful brand new paper discovery dies. There's embossing folders in there, there's vellum and everything. And that winner is Karen Hall. Karen with a C. If this is you, well done, congratulations. We'll be in contact about your prize, or you can message us. Sometimes that just speeds the process up. Drop us a message on CraftStash or through CraftWorld to the administrator, and we'll sort that out. And then the full collections. So we have one full collection. Thank you for being with us today. Thank you for commenting. We have a collection going to Dawn Linson. If that's you, congratulations, well done. And we have a second collection going to Leanne Hellinger. I hope I've said that correctly. I'm terrible with pronouncing names. You all know that by now. But I've managed to pronounce Quintessential correct every time. I nearly did it. So Leanne Hellinger, I hope that's right. You've also won a full collection as well. Again, we'll be in contact, but if not, you can drop us a message. Now, that £200 voucher for CraftStash, this is really exciting as well, because you could actually purchase this collection and more if you wanted to. This is going to, and I see your name pop up a lot on all the lives. I'm so glad, because you've been with us for a long time watching these lives on a Friday. It's going to Lynn Clifton. Well done, Lynn. Congratulations. I'm so glad for all of you. Next week, we are, of course, going to be back again. We are going to be giving away huge prizes. We're going to have the competitions running. Hopefully next week we'll get through all of those design team members as well, and we'll be able to announce who is going to be the brand new member. Again, you can enter up until Monday now. Please get your entries in. We'd love to see what you're making. Maybe you've just not had time this week and you think you've missed the deadline. We have extended that to Monday. I mean, we're a glutton for punishment, really, aren't we? Because we've got so many to go through already. But we'd love to see your entries. We want everyone to be a part of CraftStash. I love to have you over here on CraftWorld. Thank you all so much for joining me. I'm going to sign off now, and I'm going to hop over to the forum and have a chat with you there. I need